All right, guys. Hey, welcome to the Terrain Kickers podcast yet again. I'm gonna do another unboxing video. This one's gonna be a little bit weird. Let me explain why. Essentially, for the Kickstarter, right? I'm not gonna review all the boxes that I received from the Kickstarter, because some channels have already started reviewing those boxes, and I don't want to kind of overlap into them. But one box that I they hasn't gotten reviewed or unboxed yet is the Clan Cavalry Star, and this is what I was super excited for when the Kickstarter first came out because essentially, um, it's got out of the five mechs, three of them I really want. There's two in there that are pretty cool as well. Don't get me wrong, but there's definitely five in or three in there out of the five that I absolutely wanted. And so yeah, I'm super excited. It's this thing right here. Let me kind of hold this up a little bit. It's gonna not see because let's try to do this a little bit. um, Again, it'll you'll see it better when we look at this thing. But anyway, it's got uh, Black Python, Shadowhawk 2C, Griffin 2C, Jenner 2C, and Locust 2C. So we're going to open this up. We're going to check out what they look like. I already opened it up, by the way, because I wanted to spray paint the Black Python. That's the only one that I spray painted so far. So sorry about that. If you only like looking at gray figures, that's my fault. I apologize. But yeah, let's let's open this box. Let's see what the cards say. Let's see what the Alpha Strike cards say. Let's see how the models look with 3D imaging. Let's just kind of do it. Alright, so like I said, this is what we're going to review, the Clan Cavalry Star. Here's a much better image with the light. So again, you have all, five mechs, you have the Alpha Strike cards. Again, I already opened this up. This is kind of a weird, this is already unboxed. It's not fresh. But here you go. I'll put these off to the side as always. Let me grab the cards. Cards I actually haven't looked at, so that's going to be fresh. Models, I've looked only at the Black Python, so that's going to be somewhat fresh. All right, so let's look at these cards. I'll look at the pilot cards first. I know that people don't really use these ever. Again, if you use them, shout it out in the comment section. They're really cool. So yeah, we have the Jenner, we have the Black Python, Star Commander, Lucian Clearwater. We have Joris over here, Clan Steel Viper. We have Inner Sphere. So the Inner Sphere pilots some of these clan mechs. I can bet you $5 this is the Ill Clan era. Clan Hell Sources, Free World League, another Inner Sphere for the Griffin 2C, House Kurita, and the Russell Hog Dominion. So it seems like everyone has an Inner Sphere version and a clan. Oh no, this is both clan. Locust DC has both clan, and Jenner has Clan Novacat and just Mercenary. Okay, pretty neat. All right, so let's take a look at these cards. All right. So, Locust 2C, 42 points for a light mech, Jesus Christ. 3 and 2, overheat 0, but you'll notice it's got a ridiculous stat line. Move 16, short range 5, medium range 5. This thing is a backstabber to the nth degree. And this is Alpha Strike. In Classic, this thing has, if I'm not mistaken, 8 ER small lasers and a medium pulse laser on the top. So literally the definition of get behind someone and just destroy their rear armor. It's expensive in Classic, it's expensive in Alpha Strike, and for damn good reason. I noticed with these cards, as I was unboxing them, it seems like the primary is the normal variant, right? The prime variant, and then the back are the Ill Clan variants. So they don't actually go to variant 2, variant 3, variant 4. They skip all the way to variant 10... Jenner's 5, but I think that's the last variant on the table. Griffin 9, Shadowhawk 11. I think all of the variants that they jump to are literally the Ill Clan last version variants. So anyway, yeah, that's the Locust 2C. If you want to know what the Locust 2C, the 10 runs, which by the way, it's 550 again, same armor energy. It's got RFA though, so I could bet you, so let me see here. ER small lasers each arm, ER medium laser, but it changes the armor to reflective armor. And it's for the same points in Alpha Strike. Is it the same BV? 1248? No, it jumps in BV by a lot. By about 148. But in Alpha Strike, you could take the reflective armor for the same points. Nice. All right, so we have the Jenner 2C. All right, we have the Jenner 2C. Again, 29 points. This one's fairly cheap. 330 SRM2. I remember this one has a streak SRM, or sorry, yes, a streak SRM4 and two SRM6s. It's move 18, jump 14. It's pretty good. Pretty nice striker unit. It's a striker. Duh. The Jenner 5 has more damage and an overheat. Light probe, recon, 1814. Is it still the same? Yeah, same move. But it's got more damage and one extra heat. Let's see what the Jenner 5 is. And let's see if it's also the last variant. I'm pretty sure it's the last variant. Yep, last variant. Look at that. Heavy medium lasers and a center torso SRM6 with a light active probe. Okay. So it's, again, a little hotter, but it can recon, and it's got a little heavier weapons. A little bit of heavier weapons. All right, we got the Griffin 2C, 31 points. It's a missile boat, apparently. 332, 4 armor, 3 internal. Okay, not a bad mech already. Jesus. Case, IF1, LRM111, 12 jump. Is that a bad move? In Classic, let's see here. What are we running in Classic? Classic, it's 4 LRM5s, 1 ER large laser, and 1 ER small laser. That's not actually a nice sniper, too. Because the ER large laser has pretty much the same range as the LRMs. That's not a bad... I like that. And then the Griffin 9... Oops, sorry. Just dropped it. Is 2-2... Oh, Jesus, what a... Oh, my God. Yep, so 2-2-1, drops 1 across the board. Still 12 jump, still case, still independent fire 1. Is it cheap? Yeah, okay, so it is cheaper by 5 points. Still carries the ER small, but changes the ER large for a medium X pulse. Oh, and it gets Thunderbolt 5 missiles. So for those who don't know, so the LRM5s, if they hit, you have to roll on a scatter table, right? The Thunderbolts, if they hit, they just are 5 damage. They come in lumps of 5. So you're trading the possibility for more damage for more reliable damage. So if they both hit, that's 10 damage, 5 and 5, right? If the LRMs hit all 4, maybe you get more damage. I don't know. Point is, still a cool variant. So the Locust I was excited for. The Jenner 2C, meh. The Griffin 2C, meh. The second mech I was excited for is this baby right here. I've been waiting for this for a long time. The Shadowhawk 2C. Also probably one of the sexiest mechs on here. So let's see here. We got 12 jump, good armor, great structure, 440. So no long range weapons. Case. So for this one, the normal Shadowhawk TC, which I have run in my games before. Excellent mech for those who don't know. It's a clan mech with a standard engine. You got 4 streak SRM2s, 2 medium pulse lasers, 1 ER medium laser, and 1 ER small laser. So it's just a nice, it says striker, but honestly, it's a nice little brawler as well. If someone else is taking the distraction, this thing can and will outperform anything the same weight class or a little bit higher. And then you have the Shadowhawk 11, which I just started putting into my lists. So this is 330, so it goes down 1 damage. Same structure, same case. It is crit resistance. I think that's what that means in Alpha Strike. Overheat 2. So this thing does get hot like hell in Alpha Strike, but in Classic, it also gets hot, obviously. But what ends up happening is that it has the... oh my god, excuse me. It has 2 improved heavy medium lasers. So for those who don't know, that's heavier damage, hotter medium lasers that don't incur the +1 a hit, but they explode if they get hit. But they're protected by case. ER medium laser in the head, ER small laser in the center torso, 4 SRM2s, targeting computer, which doesn't really represent itself in Alpha Strike, sadly, and 6 jump jets and ferrolamellar armor. So it has the ferrolamellar armor to protect itself in Classic. And then last but not least, the mech that everyone hates. It's expensive as hell in terms of like costs and everything. But the mech that literally everyone hates, the Black Python. So for those who don't know, the Goshawk, right, or the Vapor Eagle for clan mechs, has a bunch of pulse lasers and targeting computer, which means you're at -3 to hit people, which is a very strong curve on a 2d6. This thing goes, oh, that's cute. Let's make a heavy version. So essentially, in Alpha Strike, first of all, we got 10 jump, 543, overheat 2, you'll see why. Bunch of armor, XL engine, so there's the structure kind of cut in half. And then you have case. Now, The cases for the machine guns. What this mech is armed with in Classic for 2813 BV is first of all the targeting computer. So you have your targeting computer. Then you have two large pulse lasers. You have two medium pulse lasers, four small pulse lasers, and two machine guns. And most of those weapons are in the torso, so you can actually lose an arm and not get affected by a reduction of damage. Excellent mech, but it's 2813. You are spending quite a lot. Then on the back you have the White Raven. This is a named mech. I did not know this mech existed. Also, I want to point out beautiful, beautiful teal color. That's the actual. I don't know if I can get close. Yeah, beautiful teal color for the piloting. Anyway, so it's 663. So it's even more damage, less overheat. Overheat 1, more armor, less structure. We'll talk about why the more armor in a second. So it still has the targeting computer, right? Instead of having the large pulse lasers and the small pulse lasers, it trades it for ER large lasers and ER small lasers. It still keeps the two medium pulse lasers, right? And then, instead of the machine guns, 2 AP Gauss rifles. I mean, oh, I'm sorry. And ferrolamellar armor as well. So, I mean, Jesus. Excellent mech. It is 2941 BV. You are essentially spending assault level mech BV for this heavy mech. However, with the ferrolamellar armor and the pulse and the lasers with the target computer, still pretty damn good. All right. So, with that being said, all the Alpha Strike cards looked at, what we're going to do is we're going to look at the 5 mechs. I'll go again in tonnage order to make my life easier. I'll do the 3D rotation video. And then we'll talk about it, all right? So, let's get to it. All right, so the Locust 2C, one of the mechs I was super excited for. First of all, excellent model. Again, redesigned from the original, very goofy design. I don't want to be mean again, but the original design was bad. It still retains that kind of over-barreled or over-the-body. Get a little pointer here. I know some people are like, hey, can you point using a pointer? I don't really have an exact knife, but I got like this. This will work. So it still has the over the top level gun right there. It still has the 4 dots for the arms, so those are your 8 ER small lasers. Still has the underslung right underneath the cockpit, has that laser. Other than that, the barrel's not really bent, is it? No, it's just kind of. That's where the barrel connects, so I guess I just have to turn it a little bit. All right, so it was kind of off kilter, but other than that, yeah, no lines, nothing. It's too small, I think, to present lines. And it is facing the hex. Oh, guys, wait, is it? It is somewhat facing the hex, guys. I'll take it. I'll take what I can get. I'll still probably reposition it because I'm crazy. But yeah, no, this is such a nasty mech. Tactics with this mech, you take it. Let me check the BV real quick before I say you take it automatically. So BV for this sucker. Ooh, okay. Well, okay. So BV for the sucker is 1100. You're spending 1100 BV on this mech. But for 1100 BV, you basically get locust speed, better armor, 4 ER small lasers. Clan, by the way, fun little stupid side fact. And you get 8 of those suckers. You get a medium pulse laser. I mean, like, if you get to the back of someone, and let's say you made this a 3-4, maybe you ran back there 5s, he moved for 1, 6, but you're in small, you need 6s to hit, right? And let's say you hit with all 8 small lasers, that's 40 damage. Each ER small laser is 5 damage, right? That's it's gonna suck for wherever you hit. And the medium pulse laser, remember, gets the medium -2 to hit. So this is literally the definition of get behind someone and just absolutely destroy their rear. or even destroy their sides. Get to the left or right side and start picking away at an arm or a leg. Like this is the definition of a nasty mech. One of my favorite mechs to use. Absolutely a great mech. 10 out of 10. Let's put him off to the side. All right, so let's get to the next mech. Let's get to the Jenner. All right, so the Jenner 2C. First of all, it looks better than the Inner Sphere version. It looks chunkier, kind of like the legs. The legs are a little chunkier. The head looks a little wider. I'm not breaking out calipers to check, ladies and gents. But it does look good. It doesn't look as goofy as the old Jenners. Google just Jenner on for Battletech and you'll see what I mean. But it looks good. I'm not gonna rat on this. Looks good. Again, no mold line. I think like the small ones always escape the mold lines. I'm really trying to. Wait. I spoke too soon. He says. No, that's just a piece of like. I don't even know. Hold on. Using my nail here. It's like a little overhang, so that's just clippable. But yeah, here you have the cockpit, right? Here you have the Streak SRM-4, the two SRM-6s, and the nice little like covered up boxy missile pods. Would I use this? Probably not. I don't like the Jenner. Is it in the box? Cool. I like it. It's a good mech though. It looks cool. I'll give you that much. Not my style. It's the UFO. It's the Enterprise head. The USS Enterprise head kind of always throws me off. I know there's a friend at the shop who loves the Jenner and his goofy look. Me, not so much. But still a cool mech. Still a cool mech. All right. I'll get to the other mech. Let's go to the Griffin. All right. So let's look at this. Also, by the way, I should have said this before. The Jenner looking towards the front of the base and the Griffin as well. This is surprising. All right, so, okay. I guess the clan mechs know how to face the front of the damn hex. So let's see here. Mold lines, we're looking at none. There's a little peg there that you got to kind of sand down. Oh, wait, no. Yeah, screw it. If I'm going to be critical, kind of a mold line on the right leg in the back, but so like the only reason I could see it is because the halo light, which is over here, like reflects, and then you could see the shadow like right there on the line. It's so minute and small. But if I'm being nitpicky, I'm being nitpicky. Let's see here, but like other than that. I guess in the front too. Yeah, it's always the legs. For those who don't know, the mold lines are always usually in the legs, and it's always on like the top, like a leg guard of the thing, like right here near the hip. But other than that, good. All right, so let's take a look. Love the cockpit. Love the cockpit. Love the tiny little laser. Look at that came out nice. Love that it has a central point ER large laser. This is excellent because if I'm not mistaken, this thing has a standard engine. Hold on, let me check something real quick. Because if it might be the zombie mech of the century. Chassis, armor, ferrofibrous, engine, consolidated 240. Yeah, that sucker's a standard engine. So for those who don't know, standard engines. So XL engines, right? Clan XL engines will bleed into the side torsos. Now, Clan XL's cheat because it's only 2 crit slots, and you need 3 crit slots to kill an engine, right? So Inner Sphere mechs, because they take up 3 crit slots on the side torso, if you blow the side torso, it's gone, the engine dies, your mech dies. Clan mechs, they can lose a side torso because it's only 2 crit slots, which allows them 1 engine slot left, essentially. This, though, is a standard engine, meaning the engine is center torso, meaning if I blow off the arm, the other arm, the side torso, the other side torso, and I'm left literally with just the head and the center torso, it's still functioning. It's still a functional mech. Now, some mechs don't mount center torso weapons, so they're just relying on running around and kicking people. But this mech has a head weapon and a center mounted weapon, meaning I can lose literally this and this, and still have an ER large laser to shoot. And an ER large laser is still 10 freaking damage, which isn't a lot, but if I'm losing like the majority of the mech, having a 10 damage weapon still coming around is still great. So, cool mech, might run it. Actually, so might not, because it's got, okay, so it's got 4 LRM5s. The only reason I grunt about this is because back when I had my record sheet for the Bull Shark has 4 LRM5s as well, one of the variants. And it was such a pain to roll for, because if they all hit, that's 4 cluster tables to hit, and then that's 4 separate locations. It's a pain in the butt, but still a cool mech would still probably work. If they were streaks, I'd be like, oh, okay, screw it. It's 5 damage each. Anyway, and actually super easy to convert too. If you want to convert this to the, give me a second here. What was it? The Griffin 2C, was it the 5? Look, 9, sorry. The Griffin 2C9. All you have to do is remove this, which is the little missile box right there, and remove this. Or not even remove it. You could just quite literally, like, I wouldn't even say green stuff, to be quite honest. You could literally just take crazy glue and like slightly wipe it over and then sand it down, and you got yourself, these don't exist anymore. Or you can clip it, honestly, because they look like missile pods, but if you clip it, just, you gotta be careful, but yeah. And then you have the 2 Thunderbolt 5s on the top. So super easy to convert. One thing I will say is that what's really cool about these, except for him you can't convert because that's the heavy medium lasers. This translates to all the different variants, and I love when that happens, that you can run this as 2 variants. This, not really. This can be run as 2 variants. Again, you can just ignore these 2 or cover them up if you want. And the other 2 can be run as 2 variants as well. I like when you have, I know it's, Battletech is not about WYSIWYG. You can play with your cardboard cutouts if you want. But what's really cool is that, like, I self-impose WYSIWYG. That's why, like, I have all these custodians. So when a battle mech has WYSIWYG or can be run as multiple variants, I love that. It makes me super happy. All right. Let's get to, again, the last 2 favorites. Let's get to the Shadowhawk and the Black Python. All right, so I've been waiting for this model for so long. He's got to get reposed. He's looking, yeah, no, I got to repose him just slightly because he's looking the wrong way. Does it matter? Yeah. Or I could probably actually just cut the neck or cut the head and make it look, oh, we'll see. We'll see what I can do with this. Anyway, Shadowhawk 2C. No mold lines on the legs. Kind of right here-ish. I mean, that's it. Was that a mold line? No, that's just a line. Damn, really well cast. So, Shadowhawk 2C, you got your laser, you got your Streak SRM2s down here, Streak SRM2s up here, right? You got your laser and you got your other laser. And again, what's really cool about this is you can run this as the 2 different variants. I can run this as the 11 because I still have the SRM2s. They're just not streaks anymore. I still have the lasers and I still have the laser. And it's just got a targeting computer, which is an internal. And again, this thing is a standard engine. Now, it doesn't have the central torso mounted. Wait, does it? He says with a question mark as I say this. I know that. Let me see here. I'm reading this real quick. Okay, so it has an ER small laser in the center torso. Neat. I don't know where and it might have a medium laser or a small laser in the center torso as well. So honestly, it does have a center. I mean, it's not a ER large laser, but it is standard engine, so you still will have a fighting mech with 2 lasers coming out of it. It's got the jets in the back. Just, God, such a cool mech. And it's just, I know I love one of my favorite things about Battletech is when they have the shoulder guns. Like the Shadowhawk has that shoulder gun. This has no shoulder gun, right? None whatsoever. But it just looks like just a beefy, brawly mech. I love this. I'm going to be painting this up pretty much immediately after this recording is done. So that way I can have this ready to go to fight with. Because I've been waiting for this mech for quite some time. I love my Shadowhawk, at least the Royal one with the LBX-10, and this is a treat. This is an absolute treat to paint, and I can't wait to paint this one. This is going to be fun for me. But nothing much to say, just a solid looking mech. Very Gundam looking too. If you're very much into Gundam, this is a very Gundam looking mech as well. I know I hate to do that. Some people hate comparing the Japanese anime with, like, I guess American mech, but very, very much anime style as well. All right, let's get to the last mech, the Black Python. Let's do this. All right, so here is the Black Python. I might actually shut off the light. Give me a second here. I'm gonna check something. Yeah, I'm gonna shut off the light for this one only because I'll shut it off. I'll shut it on when I look at the bottom, but I want to look at the top only because I spray painted this Wraithbone. I zenithal. That's why it's black and then white. Is the only one I spray painted, so I do apologize for that. But let's take a look at this. So again, very the jet fighter mech extraordinaire. Looks literally like a jet fighter. Yeah, but no, this is a great mech. Essentially you have, if I'm not mistaken, yeah, most of the weapons are literally mounted on the torsos, right? So if you lose both arms, this is an XL engine, so the engine is spread through both parts of the side torso, but they'll clan, so if you lose one, you're fine. But if you lose an arm, you only lose a small complement of the laser weapons. If I'm not mistaken, you lose the small lasers, which are these things right here. But you still have the large pulse lasers, you still have the medium pulse lasers, you still have the machine guns located literally in the side torso center line of the model. So this makes it, again, a very combat good mech. You have a targeting computer. This thing is a monstrosity. Let me turn the light on really quick so I can see the bottom real quick. There we go. So you see the bottom, you have the casing for the laser weapon right there and right there. You have the nice little fists right there. You know what's funny? I've been wanting a Warcrow. It's another mech that this is not coming out in plastic, the Warcrow yet, at least it's metal. But I've been wanting a Warcrow, and the hands remind me very much like a Warcrow. That little tripod. Oh, how do I do that with my fingers? Little tripod grabby things. But no, this is a great mech. I don't see any mold lines, and this is zenithal, so I should really spot them. So give me a second here. Right here on the knee, there's a mold line that I forgot. Mold line over here, but other than that, again, just, and it's, did I have to reposition this one? I have to look at the base. No, we're good, and it's facing the front. So yeah, just an excellent model. So yeah, you got your 5 mechs, because it's a clan star. Again, super happy with this. This is great. And definitely saving the artwork for this, by the way. For those who can't, let me see if I get a good picture of this. There we go. It's a Phoenix Hawk 2C is the artwork, which is yay. This is another one of my favorite mechs for the Kickstarter. Literally the only mech I cared about, the assault mech I cared about with the Kickstarter. I don't even care about the Bane or anything. It's not a great mech. It's a fast assault mech with literally 2 Ultra Autocannon 10s, and I just love it. I don't know why. Don't ask me why. It's just a great mech. Don't ask. No one knows. But yeah, no. Great box. Great Kickstarter. Love that I got this. And again, the redesigns on some of these are just night and day. Thank God for Catalyst doing some good redesigns. All right. Well, that's really it for now. Oh, hi, Rosie. Oh, apologies. Oh my goodness. Okay. I'm so sorry. Sorry about this, guys. Rosie's upset that I'm recording this late at night, and has made her displeasure known, so I apologize. Oh my goodness. So anyway, to all the folks, thank you for listening. Have a happy New Year's. I'm recording this on New Year's. Hopefully you have a great New Year's coming in, and happy warming.